This week's episode of The Amazing Nerdiverse is brought to you by Stuff. It's all around you.
Hello, welcome to The Amazing Nerdiverse. I'm Jeff Grants.
I'm Steven Dukert.
It's a podcast where we talk about all things good and geeky that make up The Amazing Nerdiverse. We're talking movies, TV shows, video games, comic books.
Underwater life.
Yeah, we talk about that sometimes.
Sometimes.
Just like what the aquatic people are up to down there, the Atlanteans.
Aquaman, Namor.
Yeah.
Steve Zissou.
Yeah.
You know.
All of them.
All of them.
The Life Aquatic.
That's a good movie.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
You didn't sound too convincing.
I've only seen it like once.
What?
It's alright. It's a Wes Anderson movie. I get it.
I don't. It's Bill Murray, bro.
I don't suck Bill Murray's dick
I don't
for
know.
a living.
I don't know
Like,
how you
yeah. I love Bill Murray, but you just, everything out of your mouth is Bill Murray. There's other people.
Like who? Okay, I'll give you Zach Galifianakis and Simon Pegg.
Okay, the people that you're obsessed with, and no one outside of that circle can break through.
Like James Roday.
The fuck is that?
Psych. Pfft, you don't even.
The other thing you're always talking about.
You want to go cut up a fresh pineapple?
No.
Okay.
Sure, that's a reference to some dumb thing you like. All right, so let's jump into the news from the Nerdiverse.
Let's do it.
Yo! All right, so there's a lot of, I feel like we saved, the way I broke this up, it just kind of happened was like, it seems like there's a lot of DC. We talked a lot about Marvel last time. Let's talk about a lot of DC stuff that's going on in this episode. First up, looks like Cheetah is going to be the villain in Wonder Woman 2.
Okay.
Reportedly, it was that Emma Stone was who they were looking for the role, but she turned it down, which that would have been interesting, I thought, Emma Stone. I wouldn't have picked that one. You know, I wouldn't have picked that one myself, but I thought it was interesting once I heard it. And then now we're hearing that Kristen Wiig is Patty Jenkins' top choice for the role.
Okay.
What do you think about that casting?
Sure. Why not? She knows. She knows what she's doing.
Yeah. I mean, I like Kristen Wiig a lot. I just
she can need to work out a little bit.
Again, never would have thought about her for this type of role. It's a very physical character.
Yeah, she's gonna need to put on some muscle.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I mean, I wouldn't have saw it, but when this was announced, there was this one picture that the trades were using that it was like her with shorter hair, and I was like, I can see it, but I don't know. Who I would love to see do it, and someone we know can pull off the physicality of a role like this is like Charlize Theron.
Yeah,
I thought she would be a great Cheetah and everything. We know she can kick ass. Like the stuff she did in Atomic Blonde was awesome. And just to see her, like but it's a different type of physicality, like a character like Cheetah.
Why is that character like her?
I think it's one that like is a good physical, like the fights can be really visually interesting.
Yeah.
Like Ares is just flying around with trash swinging around the sky and stuff. Like we've seen that time and time again. Seeing somebody like Cheetah is seeing like the villain, like Cheetah is one of the villains that I feel like we should start seeing more of these types of characters in these movies. These classic like villains of these characters. Like, you know, this is like one of her. If you would have asked people before the first movie come out, who is one of Wonder Woman's biggest villains, if anybody can name one, it would probably be Cheetah.
Yeah,
because people know her from the Super Friends and stuff like that.
Yeah,
like, I want to see more of those types of villains.
I want to see like a Captain Cold.
Yeah, I want to see a Scarecrow or a
Captain Boomerang.
Scarecrow, but like Black Manta. I cannot wait to see Black Manta.
Yep.
I mean, he's not going to be the main villain of Aquaman, but he's going to be involved. No, main villain's going to be Ocean Master.
Okay.
Which, fine, it makes sense.
That's fine.
But yeah, I'm excited. Like Cheetah, I'm excited to hear that Cheetah is going to be involved. And Cheetah's a character because of like, you know, because of like the mutations and stuff like that. In the later version, she was like mutated as a Cheetah woman. Because of that stuff, I think you could fudge the numbers on like her age a little bit. So I mean, this movie is supposed to be set around the 80s or something. It's a character that she could survive and still be around in present day.
Yeah.
If because of her, what happened to her getting turned into this creature, like you can kind of fudge the age a little bit on that. So it'd be cool to maybe see her come back. I don't know. We got to see how good she is in the first movie first. But for me, I love seeing the villains that are not just the one-off villains that they beat them and then they throw them away and we never see them again. It's not what I love about comics.
Yo.
And I say, yo. Okay, so I don't think we talked about this at all, but the frontrunners to direct Flashpoint for a while have officially been signed on.
Me?
Game Night directors Jonathan Goldstein and John Francis Daly.
Okay.
They were in talks for a while, and it was finally been made official. I saw they did the they wrote a bunch of stuff. They're writing a bunch of comedies. They did like Horrible Bosses and stuff like that. Their first their directorial debut was Vacation, the one with Ed Helms, which I heard horrible things about and never watched.
It wasn't that bad.
Yeah, I heard a lot of horrible things, and then Chris Hemsworth looked fun in it, and that's about it. So a lot of people were like, "Really, they're gonna do it?" But then Game Night came out, and I saw Game Night, and I thought it was a lot of fun. I thought it was great. I thought it was really funny, and there's a lot of great characters and stuff in there. So I'm like, maybe. I mean, there's a little more action oriented than I would imagine Vacation is. Game Night, because there's some like chases and some fun stuff in there. So I imagine, this is like kind of like that middle movie where like, I think a lot of directors like they make the small movie and then they immediately jump to the big blockbuster. Like they have some success in like a smaller like indie type movie, jump to the huge like Star Wars movie or Jurassic. Like Colin Trevorrow went from Safety Not Guaranteed to Jurassic World.
That's what we did. After
Shut up. Don't talk shit. Don't talk nonsense. And like somebody like Ryan Coogler did it right, where they did a small movie like Fruitvale Station. And then instead of jumping straight to something like Black Panther, he jumped to one like kind of in the middle, which is like Creed. Yep. It's still a franchise. It's still a movie, a big wide release movie and stuff, but it's not a huge like $200 million movie. And like I feel like more people need to do that sort of thing. And I feel like Game Night was a good like middle ground for them to next jump into something like Flashpoint. But they also were also involved in the script for Spider-Man: Homecoming as well. I think they wrote the first draft of it. Like the earlier drafts, and then other writers came in. So there's like 6 credited writers, and there are 2 of them. But they were involved in that in some form. Still enough of their work was still in the recognizable in there for them to get credit. So I don't know, but I will say that Game Night has me a little more like leaning, in the positive, because I thought Game Night was fun.
Okay.
And there's a lot of great people in there. Jason Bateman. Rachel McAdams, Kyle Chandler. Nope. Probably not going to watch it.
Simon Pegg's in it.
Nope. It's got I love Jesse Plemons in it. Jesse Plemons, the guy that looks like Matt Damon's brother. Yeah. That guy, he is a fucking creep show in this movie, man. He is haunting. It is awesome. He's the best character. I think you'd like that movie.
Okay. We'll see it.
But I didn't know you liked Vacation. I didn't know you were one of them.
Well, I don't have the fucking tattoo on my arm or anything. I just said it was all right.
Was Bill Murray in it? Is that why you love it?
Yeah.
Was he really?
No.
I was like...
Got him.
Was Chevy Chase in it?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, because Ed Helms is playing their kid.
Yep.
That's right.
Rusty.
That's right. Yeah. Anyway.
It was good for like a $1 rental at the Redbox thing.
Okay.
But I wouldn't buy it or watch it again.
Okay. I was curious to see it just because I wanted to see what Chris Hemsworth did as a comedic performer, which I got in Ghostbusters, so I never had to go back and see that again. Mm-hmm. And I got in Thor Ragnarok, so I don't know. I might watch it one day and just judge you for saying you liked it.
I don't give a fuck.
All right. So we're starting to get our first looks at like unofficial looks at Zachary Levi as Shazam.
Oh, I saw.
Get a bunch of Reddit users grabbing some set pics, and what do you think of these set pictures?
Looks good.
Yeah, I think so. A lot of people were shitting in his mouth about it.
Why?
But like, because
like, what it looks like.
I know that's the thing. They bitch about stuff, and then
what more do you want that poor man to do?
Yeah,
he got swolt.
Yeah,
he put on the suit.
Yeah, it looks exactly how I had imagined it would. I don't know. I guess, like, you know, it looks how I would imagine it would look. But the thing is, it doesn't look like the Superman suit. How the Superman suit is like this molded version of that suit, as opposed to just the like the cloth stuff that like Christopher Reeve wore or whatever.
Yeah.
I guess I was imagining something closer to that. And I don't really care for that for every character.
Uh-huh.
You know, not every character has to have that type of... Superman could totally have just like the cloth costume and stuff because he's Superman, and it doesn't fucking matter. He's not using it for armor or anything. It's just his clothes. Whereas Batman needs to be padded up and armored up and everything.
Padded up.
So...
I need my knee pads.
Yeah, but I think it looks cool. It's just weird to me because, like, it's just Zachary Levi. Like, it's just... I don't hate the casting as far as like, you know, him as that character, as far as performing that character, who's like a very, like a little kid at heart because he's like a kid that turns into a big boy superhero and shit. But like, I just see Chuck when I see this, but it's fine. Like, I'm really eager to see it. Like, I need to see him in action is what I think is really going to sell it to me. Because that's where I think he's going to really sell me on him as this character.
I mean, the thing for me is, looks like he did a bunch of push-ups and then put on the suit from the books.
Yeah,
so, I mean, you know, everyone get up off his
I
nuts.
mean, they call Shazam the Big Red Cheese.
Why?
Because he's big and red and cheesy.
All right, sure.
Like that's what they did.
This is the DC universe probably trying to have a little bit of fun. They're like, all right, everyone's...
Which I'm totally down for, is seeing, you know, Shazam is a character I've been excited for a while because you can have a lot of fun with that. And even with what they've established in the DCU to date, like, I think you could still have fun by introducing this character in that world. Mm-hmm. Like, there were pictures of, like, you know, plush, like, Superman and Batman and Wonder Woman, like, dolls in, like, a toy store and, like, this mall they were shooting in. Okay, so there's no concrete news here specifically, but there has been some early screenings for Aquaman.
Okay.
And the early word so far has been pretty positive, which is cool. That's good news. But keep in mind, it was also really positive for Batman versus Superman as well.
Yeah.
But those people probably saw the 3-hour cut, which is a better version of the movie.
It is.
So I don't know. This is, you know, there's no way the special effects are anywhere near done. No. So, and especially for a movie like Aquaman, which I imagine would be very special effects heavy.
Yeah, I'm curious.
Like, I don't know what condition the movie is in that these guys are seeing. I'm definitely excited for Aquaman.
It's gonna be fucking yonk.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome. But yeah, you never know, man. Like, there's still a lot of time for Warner Brothers to go, you know what? We haven't fucked this one up yet. All right.
You guys aren't going to release that yet, are you?
We didn't just get our hand in there and just mix shit around.
We didn't take it over to a water flow and go, yonk.
We just didn't do the reverse flash, like speed up hand, just stick our fist right in the heart of your film and fuck it all up. All right. So Joss Whedon said deuces and dropped out of Batgirl. He was attached to write and direct a Batgirl movie, and then he dropped out.
Why? Do you have a reason?
Well, here's the thing. Like, here's what he said. He said he said he's been working on it and he didn't have a story to tell, which is bullshit. If you think a writer like Joss Whedon, who's been around all this time, he was writing TV and he created like Buffy, Angel, Firefly, like all these shows, and he did like the movie Serenity, and like he gave us the Avengers and stuff for the first time ever, seeing these characters on the big screen, all this stuff, writing dozens of comic books and stuff like that. If you think he couldn't come up with a story for Batgirl, that's just bullshit. There's no way. I mean, basically, I think it has to do with the reaction to Justice League. Yeah. He came in, and I don't think Justice League is his fault.
How much of it could have been? Like, how much of it could have been, quote unquote, his fault? Like,
I mean, all of the reshot stuff, he was in charge of. Okay. But he's not the one that decided to do that stuff. The studio wanted to do that stuff. That's true. He was just doing his job.
Studio wanted the Russian family in there for...
I don't know if that was him or not. Minutes? I honestly don't know if that was him or not.
Bro, I need to know the screen time for Superman
for that
family.
I was rewatching it the other day, and what it is like everybody else, like all the other Russian, like all the other people in that area got out, and they couldn't get out of their house. So like they're like, I was like, why is this the only family we're seeing?
Yeah.
And it was just because they couldn't get out. While everyone had evacuated, they just couldn't get out in time. So, but still, yeah, there was a lot of time spent with these.
I shouldn't be questioning who had more screen time,
them or Superman.
Like if it's close, that's not all right.
No, I mean, dude, like they. The problem is the issues that the DCU has are deeply rooted and have been there for a while.
Yeah.
And like each movie they do is just they're stuck with the choices that they made in the last one. Mm-hmm. And it sucks. Like there's things that work and things that don't, and I don't know how to salvage everything without just scrapping everything and starting over, which I don't think you have to do, but
I mean, there's
so much little things that they would have to fix that I don't know.
Flashpoint is their ticket to fix it.
I don't know. I don't think they're going to do it that way. I don't know. I mean, for me, that's what I would do.
I mean, dude, you got a character that can do time travel and unfuck things.
Yeah.
So to use this
I mean, usually Barry uses time travel to fuck things.
Not on purpose.
Yeah, he does.
No, he doesn't.
He knows what he's doing.
Yeah, you're right.
He should know by now.
He used to get a new costume. A new Batman.
I mean, yeah, because Ben Affleck won't do it. I would, if he stuck around, I'd be fine with it.
No, but I don't want to hear him bitch about it.
No, yeah, that's what I'm saying. If he was like, "Yeah, I'm here for good. Yeah, don't worry about it," like I would be like, "Yeah, fuck yeah, we got Ben Affleck as Batman." But he has bitched about it one too many times. I'm just like, just shut up. Just who cares? Let somebody else do it. I don't hate Jake Gyllenhaal as Batman, but it wouldn't be my preferred choice.
I'll bet you he wants to do it.
I don't know.
I don't care anymore. That's the problem.
Yeah.
It's like if we don't care anymore, who does it?
If you've made me not care about Batman, you fucked some shit up, man.
You done fucked up.
You done fucked up. And like honestly, that's the only character that I would recast. I think Henry Cavill's a fantastic Superman. They finally got him kind of acting like Superman at the end of Justice League. Like
it's all in that one shot where like he's fighting Steppenwolf. Steppenwolf was like swinging at him. Yeah. And then he just kind of smiles as he dodges the punch. I'm like, there he is right there.
Yeah.
That's Superman.
Mm-hmm. That's exactly how I felt in that moment.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. You got Aquaman.
He's like a little bit cocky, but like he's...
Superman?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like in that when he's dodging the punch. But like, I don't know. It's just great.
Yeah. And then you got Aquaman is awesome.
Yep.
Ezra, after 3 seasons of The Flash, like for you to like, or 4 seasons now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're in 4 now.
Yeah. Well, when Justice League came out, they were like in the middle of season 4. Mm-hmm. So 3.5 seasons into a TV show, like, and then you introduced to me another version of The Flash and I can still like it.
I liked it. I feel like
I didn't love it.
He's playing a little bit Wally when he should have been a little bit more Barry.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's a little too kind of quote unquote stupid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, bro, you know what brunch is. Don't. Come on.
That one really seemed like that brunch thing is just...
Like, it's not as funny as you think it is, bud.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't buy the Joss Whedon not knowing...
How do you feel about the way he looked when he was running? Looked like he was like skiing or flopping his arms around.
Yeah, but then again, I'm not in love with the way Barry looks when he's running on... he's Barry, but on the TV show.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think it's really hard. I think it's really hard to capture the way the character moves on the page in the comics.
Yeah, but one's better than the other one.
No, they're both 2 different things. Like
no,
Barry's like straight up, like he's running like standing straight up kind of thing. I don't know. Like I feel like I don't know. I just see that like whenever he's running and it's just a close on his face and you see his hands moving real fast.
Well, he's not flopping them all out to the side like.
See, he was like the Ezra Miller was kind of like a skier. It kind of looked like he was going for more a skier, and I think they were trying to aim for more of like the comic booky, like the way the character looks on the page, but it didn't translate.
No.
Yeah, it's hard to do that sort of thing.
Yeah.
What else we got?
No.
Did we talk about this at all? I don't think we've done an
No,
episode since then. You don't know what it is yet.
I have a fun question for you.
What?
If Marvel were to purchase, they just have the right amount of, they purchase one DC character and then now they own it. Who do you think that they would, like anybody?
Like if they could just buy one?
Like if they were like, we're going to buy Superman, so now we have Superman. Like that's just an example, but like if they were going to be like, you know what?
Superman's a good one because they don't feel like they have a direct like equivalent in Marvel. You know, they don't have that character. Like there's characters that have been created to be that, like Sentry.
Yeah.
A character Paul Jenkins created. Is basically kind of supposed to be Marvel's Superman and stuff.
But how funny would that be, like the MCU now, and then like they purchased Superman this year.
Yeah.
So Superman's now in their slate of films for like the next year.
Just like Henry Cavill. Like, he just like packs up his bags.
He goes.
He's in the Superman costume, but just got like a little duffel bag over his shoulder.
He's walking down the road.
Yeah, he's talking to. I just see like the kid like at school.
Actually, no, he'd be really excited.
I just see him like on the set of like a DC movie. He's on the set of Justice League, and he's like, I gotta go. It's like a kid going from one school.
Yeah.
I guess family's moving, so he has to go, and he has to go to the rival school or whatever. And it's like, oh yeah, I gotta go over there, and they just see each other from across the football stadium.
You would have a lot more fun though.
The big game.
They'd say, you know what, bud?
Maybe
you can go ahead and shave that mustache.
I'd like to see Batman in the Marvel universe. I always thought Batman would fit in the Marvel universe, because like they always say that the Justice League, the DC characters are like the gods.
Yeah,
and the Marvel characters are like monsters and scientific experiments and stuff like that. And while Batman is not really any of those things, I feel like he would fit more in that kind of world.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I just thought that was fun.
Yeah.
Like they just straight it like the next couple slate of films is Batman.
And then you just want to go in a completely different direction. I would love to see Booster Gold in the Marvel universe. That'd be fun. I like to see Booster Gold in DC universe, but then there's fucking...
No, they ain't gonna do that.
They're just sitting around with their thumbs up their ass on that one. Boop. Because they want to make movies about the Joker and shit. Because Todd Phillips, we talked about he's working on a Joker movie. He says he wants Joaquin Phoenix as the Joker. And there was a lot of talk about Joaquin Phoenix playing the Joker.
I was going to do it. This isn't as well, is it?
No, This is... It could be. Who knows at this point? There was like, let's do a Joaquin Phoenix and a Leonardo DiCaprio, and Al Pacino is going to play the Joker in another one.
Unsubscribe.
Yeah, we're just going to throw. I was like, oh, you know who else should play the Joker? Tommy Wiseau.
Wait, were you kidding about Al Pacino?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Thank God.
I was kidding about Al Pacino. I mean, you don't know at this point.
I can't tell. I couldn't tell. I honestly was
Tyler
like...
Perry's the Joker.
Sure. At that point, I'm like, just do it. I don't care.
What about Tommy Wiseau? That's the more interesting of all of them for me.
Kind of.
Yeah, he did say he wanted to. He was like, I want to play the Joker.
Let him do it.
Yeah, why not? Matter? But
Earth 8, where no one gives a shit.
I like Joaquin Phoenix. He's an amazing actor.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind seeing him as a Joker, but
not that he's old, but I don't picture the Joker being...
He's older than Jared Leto, isn't he?
Oh yeah, he's got to be.
He has to be. Like, what is the sense of making this movie? Like, we do not need this movie at all. Like, I don't like Joker to have an origin story anyway.
Yeah.
Like, I like
unless you do it like, do you remember that cartoon where it's like the kids sitting around telling different stories about Batman?
Yeah.
There's like a bunch. If they did it like that, that'd be fun.
Well, that's kind of what the Killing Joke. He like kind of said the whole thing about his. He prefer if he has a past, he'd prefer to be multiple choice. Like
that could be fun. You pick a bunch of different actors.
That's
to play
one of the things.
That'd be fun.
Yes, that I like.
That'd be fun. But they're not gonna do that.
No, hell no. Because that would be good.
You and me should be in charge.
Yeah. Fire that new guy and then hire us.
Yeah.
We'll turn your shit around.
It's not that hard. You just
just sell Superman over to Marvel and then make Tommy Wiseau the Joker and Tyler Perry's the Joker.
I mean, let's do it.
Well, but to be fair though, it doesn't seem like Joaquin Phoenix has any knowledge of this at all.
Good.
Like someone asked him about it, and he's like, he didn't even know that this was a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows? Like,
because it's not like the thing where when I heard a rumor about Benedict Cumberbatch being Doctor Strange, I was like, oh, I bet he's not going to do it, but that would be awesome.
Yeah.
I don't have that feeling about this. You know what I mean? Where it's like, oh, Joaquin Phoenix would be awesome. I bet he won't do it, but it would be really cool. Like, I don't...
You don't have that feeling either way.
Yeah,
you bet he's not going to do it, and you don't really think it would be that awesome.
I think he'd be fine.
Yeah.
But I don't care. That's the thing. I don't care. They made me not care that much.
I'm just so mad. Because, like, I loved the idea of Jared Leto as the Joker.
I did too.
But he's not the Joker that I thought he was going to be. He fucking bamboozled us.
Do you think in his heart of hearts he was like, I'm going to give them something great? Because, I mean, nobody probably goes into a thing like that saying, I'm going to just fuck everything up.
It's all mind fuck.
Do you think he was
intentionally trying to Chris Angel mind fuck us?
Like, was he in his trailer going, they're going to love this?
I don't know.
Like, then I'll feel really bad.
You know what else he thought people were going to love? Sending rats and pig carcasses and shit like that to people.
Ew, did he really do that?
Yeah. He did all kinds of shit like that.
Bro, that's not... You don't need to... You can just pretend
that
you're the Joker. You don't have to...
Yep. And to be fair, why would the Joker do that? Joker's like, that's weird.
That seems extra.
Oh, man. Another movie that I don't give two fucks about at this point. Apparently, I mean, I haven't heard anything new about this. This has been a couple weeks ago, but apparently Micheal Bay is in talks to direct a Lobo movie.
Sure.
Like,
I don't know, and I don't care that much about Lobo.
The fuck? Like, what? Why do we need, like, really bad choice?
I think he's thinking
really bad hiring.
I
if
think
this is any
in his mind, Lobo is the equivalent of Daredevil, or not Daredevil, Deadpool. Do you know what I mean?
I think in a lot of people's minds, that's what people think Lobo could be. Like, here's the thing, like...
But they're not gonna...
I see for this from two point of views. Like, Warner Brothers wanting to do a Lobo movie is, it's similar to, like, maybe this could be our Deadpool.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. But Micheal Bay, anywhere near this shit is like, no.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
Uh-huh.
No, fuck you. That's how I feel about it. But, anyway, I don't know. It's bad idea all around. Like, Lobo is a cool character. I think you could do something cool with him.
Micheal Bay should direct Power Rangers. Because there's lots of explosions in it, and he can have a field day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't know. I wouldn't want to watch it.
I mean,
I wouldn't wish Micheal Bay upon any of the franchises I enjoy.
He wouldn't be any of my choices.
Yeah.
But if I am given like a deck of cards and Micheal Bay is in it,
yeah,
I'm like, all right, I'll use him for Power Rangers.
You know what? He's worked with The Rock.
Yeah.
He likes big
The Rock should
dumb
be the Green
explosion
Ranger.
stuff. Just let Micheal Bay do a a Fast and the Furious movie. Do that.
Yeah. Okay. Sure.
You go fuck around with something I don't give a shit about.
It sounded like you had an accent there.
You go fuck around. I don't know why it sounded like that.
I like that guy.
I'm tired. I'm running out of juice.
You know, this is going to sound silly because it's just matter-of-factly and I'm just putting it out there. Mm-hmm. I'm really enjoying Tom Cruise in those Mission Impossible movies. I'm really looking forward to the next one.
You know, the rumor right now is
trailer's got me hyped.
The rumor right now is that I think Chris McQuarrie might be directing the Green Lantern movie.
Are they thinking Tom Cruise for Hal Jordan?
That's the thing.
That's not a bad choice.
Chris McQuarrie has worked with Tom Cruise like 5 times. So if he does that, what if Tom Cruise is Hal Jordan?
That's not bad. I like that.
Oh yeah.
Because he's like older-ish.
Yeah.
To be like, oh,
well, that's what it would be. Is he would be older and Jon Stewart would be the young one. He'd be the old youngin.
I like that.
Yeah, it's weird. I'd have to. Ever since hearing that, I just heard about it today. But ever since hearing about that, I'm like,
that works. That works for me.
Tom Cruise is Hal Jordan. That's the thing. I don't hate it. Like I don't have that gut punch reaction to hate it. Tom Cruise is a huge actor, and he's one of the few that like we haven't seen eventually as one of these superhero characters.
Yeah, didn't he get close with Iron Man like way back in the day?
Yeah, that was probably the closest he came.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of these big name actors that have never quite landed. Like there's some people that we're not going to see Daniel Day-Lewis in a Marvel movie or anything like that.
Never know.
That's Phase 4. Daniel Day-Lewis is Galactus. Wait a minute.
Hush tones are like...
Feige's like, get me loose! Yeah, I don't know.
I think Tom Hanks would be an excellent Jay Garrick. That'd be fun.
Okay.
That's it.
You got to get back into running shape, like back to his Forrest Gump running days.
Oh, there would definitely be like memes and gifs of him as Forrest Gump, but also as that'd be fun.
You know what I can't help but picture is because in the TV show, John Wesley Shipp played Barry's dad. He played Henry Allen. Then he played Jay Garrick. I can't help but picture Billy Crudup as... because he plays Barry's dad in Justice League. Mm-hmm. Can't help picture him as Jay Garrick in the movie version. I don't think they should do that, but in my head I'm like...
Idris Elba should be Jay Garrick.
Okay.
Fucking sweet.
He could be everything. He could be anything he wants to be when he grows up.
He could be...
just circling back to Lobo real quick. Lobo's a cool character, but I think there's two options for like really great actors that would really fit this character. But both of them are already spoken for in the DCEU. It's like The Rock.
Who that? Yeah.
And he's supposed to play Black Adam.
Yeah.
And then there's Jason Momoa would be a great Lobo too, but he's Aquaman. Like,
I heard he was originally going to be Drax.
Yeah, he was up for Drax, and then they went with Batista, which seems like an odd choice, but it worked out for him.
I'm really happy for Batista.
Yeah, I was gonna say the only other guy like for Lobo is like Roman Reigns, and no, thank you. As far as look goes, I mean, I can see like Roman Reigns looks like
Robert De Niro.
Kind of like got a Lobo. What?
Let's go De Niro.
Why?
Why not?
I mean, I'm sure. Roman Reigns, I was just saying he has a look, and that's all he's got. He's got no personality whatsoever. He's as dull as a damp sponge.
I don't know, damp sponge is kind of...
Yeah, it's about as entertaining as...
What about, Michael Rooker?
Michael Rooker?
Yeah, why not?
Oh, wow, that would kind of be fun.
There you go. See? Get that voice coming out of that makeup and...
the main man!
There you go.
I do...
Solved all your problems.
I do like that.
No, you would.
Paint him up.
He's right behind you in the picture there. I'm like, he'd
that'd be fun. Yeah. All right, anyway.
I was going to say Andrew Lincoln would be a good Jay Garrick, but I don't know. He's got a good...
he's got the body shape.
Yeah.
Like, he just, I could see him.
I don't know who I would put him in.
He's tall and lanky.
Yeah.
That's what you need for a Jay Garrick. Because I want Jay Garrick to be taller than Barry.
Yeah. Grizzled.
Grizzly Adams did have a beard.
Is it too late for Zach Galifianakis to play Aquaman?
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
Tell Warner Brothers, like I said, they still got time to fuck shit up.
You mean make it right?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Mark Hamill wants to be in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3.
Let him. Yeah. Well, my only reason for me not wanting him to Because I heard like a small like thing like someone said, "Oh, he'd be a great Dr. Octopus."
Oh yeah.
So I was like, I'm between those two. I'd be like,
yeah,
I'm good either way.
But you could be a cameo.
In what?
Like you know how in the first Guardians, Nathan Fillion did the voice of that one guy in the prison. You can do something like that.
Yeah, do that.
Like and then you use him for real as Dr. Octopus.
I'd really like to.
Because like they were gonna have like Nathan Fillion was on all those posters and stuff that they were gonna put in, but they just cut the scene out.
Do you think? Oh,
in the second Guardians, so that would have been cool. Like you just play a different character altogether.
Yeah.
Here, I really hope they eventually do Wonder Man and have Nathan Fillion as Wonder Man because that'd be great. Mm-hmm. I can't remember exactly how it was on Twitter. Mark Hamill said, "Yeah, he'd be down to do that," and James Gunn was like, "Yeah, let's talk." I was like, "Yeah, do it up." Legion season 2 comes back. Legion returns on April 3rd on FX. I'm really looking forward to this show. Season 1 was mind-blowingly good. It was phenomenal. There's this new promo. It was like they tweeted out this promo or whatever, and it's really weird. Like the text and stuff is all like jumbled letters, but it says, "What have blank become?" Is like the tweet and just all the little things. But that's the one specifically I'm referencing because it has them really. It's just like one head and they're talking, and it just keeps morphing between the different characters in the show. Like your David and like the other characters and Aubrey Plaza's character, and then for a second in there you see the Shadow King, which is like the big villain. Like he was like the villain in the first season, but he was kind of more of like a demon kind of possessing kind of thing. In this, we're gonna actually see the guy that, and Shadow King was a big X-Men villain in the comics and stuff. So like it's really cool that they're doing that stuff on this show, and this show is ridiculously good, and I really hope we get to just see more cool stuff and incorporating more elements from the comic books in there. And I would love to see Charles Xavier appear in there, whether it's one of the actors we've seen before or just cast somebody new for the TV version. I don't care. I just want to see Charles. Why don't you come out where I can see you, Charles? But yeah, you haven't.
T-shirt.
You like watched like part of the first episode with me. Did you ever watch any more of it?
No.
Yeah, I didn't think so. You should. It's on Hulu. Here's the thing. Here's what I hear a lot, and what I hear a lot of people who do like the show, who did stick with it, say, watch the first episode, and then you might not want to. You might go, I get it. I don't know if I want to see. For me, the end of the first episode, it was like, oh, cool. It is getting into like the comic booky kind of stuff, and the end of the first episode kind of gets really interesting. But then it takes a couple episodes, and what I hear is a lot of people say by episode 3. You should be just hooked and like, okay, you're kind of feeling it out as you're watching and kind of figuring out what the show is. And you get to episode 3 and it really starts to grab you and stuff. But yeah, it's only like, what is it? 8 episodes, 10 episodes. It's a pretty short season. So
not bad.
It's on Hulu.
All right.
You should check it out. Yeah. If you haven't watched it at home, check it out.
All right.
Legion. Yeah. All right. So Joe Quesada tweeted out some promo art for Daredevil season 3. Did you see that?
No.
Here, just look over here real quick. It's pretty cool. It's like the house.
Yeah.
Dee Dee and just Daredevil jumping off of it.
Daredevil.
Very simple.
Yep.
But it's the brick house or whatever you call that. What do you call that? Like, what do they always call it? The brownstone. It's like the building he lives in.
Oh, okay.
It's like the apartment building. We call it like the brownstone or whatever. Yeah, like this image in particular, and especially going into season 3, there's been a lot of talk about the Born Again storyline. I'm wondering if this is teasing that. Because there's a lot of stuff that happens in the Born Again storyline, but there's one thing in particular, and spoiler alert, because I don't know if it's going to happen or not. It's probably going to happen. But spoiler alert, Kingpin and the comics, Kingpin blows up Matt Murdock's house.
That's not very nice.
His apartment building.
That'd be really annoying.
Yeah, what?
Like...
Yeah, he's a bad guy. What do you want from him? He sent him away to jail. his what was his Vanessa.
Mm-hmm.
Vanessa.
All right, just settle down.
Settle down, man.
Settle down, Wilson.
Start slamming people's head indoors.
I was like, bro, you need to chill. It ain't that serious.
But yeah, I think maybe we might. It looks like we're gonna see that this season, which is the big thing in the comic that I think a lot of people are expecting to see.
Mm-hmm.
And Kingpin's coming back. They've confirmed that he's coming back this season.
He's a good actor.
Yeah, that's why I like when they keep villains alive, because you can keep bringing them back, and it just makes them feel even more like the villain from the comics. So The Boys is a show. It's coming to Amazon. It was given a straight to series order on Amazon Prime. It's based on a comic book by Garth Ennis and Derek Robertson. Garth Ennis created Preacher, and Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg turned Preacher into a successful series for AMC. Now they're looking to do the same thing with another one of his works, The Boys. I love The Boys. I've read every issue. It was you're funny. Basically, the show is casting now, which is just cool because I just one step closer to it's happening. We know it's happening and it's coming together. An actor by the name of Laz Alonso has been cast as a character named Mother's Milk, which is one of the characters. It's a second. He's second in command to. All the characters have nicknames.
I don't like that. I'm out. Unsubscribe.
The leader of the characters is a guy named Billy Butcher. I guess they just call him Butcher. I think. I don't know. It's been a while since I've read it, but I loved it. But he's so Mother's Milk is second in command to Butcher, and the other characters are the Frenchman, the female of the species, and Wee Huey. Wee Huey is a Scottish conspiracy theorist who looks exactly like Simon Pegg. And I always wanted to see them make this into a movie or a show or something and cast Simon Pegg, but I just don't know if I see him committing to a Amazon series like this. I don't know. It's a bummer because he's the perfect person to play this character, and he's my favorite character in the comic. Like when I was reading it, you really as soon as you meet him, you're like, whoa, I feel for this guy. And yeah, I don't know. I would like to see him play that, but I just don't think we're going to. It might also be a little too old to play the character at this point. Although he doesn't look any different, but just as far as age-wise, the character's supposed to looks a little bit younger. Because the comic started in 2006, so they were kind of going more off of a Shaun of the Dead era of Simon Pegg. So Jeff Johns has revealed that the Doom Patrol is going to appear on Titans, which is exciting. Doom Patrol is a lot of people love Doom Patrol. I don't really know much about him, but it's one of those groups that I hear come up a lot when people talk about DC Comics and some of those super groups and stuff in there. I don't really know much about him, but I do know that Beast Boy was originally part of Doom Patrol before joining the Titans. But for me, anytime that we're hearing, oh, this is something from the comics that they're going to do in one of these shows, I'm excited, especially for the DC shows. Because as much as we shit on the movies, the shows are where it's at. They get it right. And Jeff Johns, even though he's been involved in some of the movies, anything he's involved with on the shows have been great. And he's heavily involved in Titans, just as he was heavily involved in Flash. And so he wrote the episode where is an episode just called Doom Patrol, where they're going to appear on Titans. And he basically they're going to appear, and then they're going to have the option to recur. So just like they said for Hawk and Dove, so they're going to appear once, and then maybe we'll see them again. But they've cast most of the Doom Patrol members. And each one of these is a different outlet announced it. So let's go through them quickly. Deadline announced that Mexican actor Bruno Bakir he's American audiences wouldn't really know him, but he's from Narcos. That's all they would really know him from. He's been in a lot of Mexican stuff. He's going to play the chief. He's the wheelchair-bound leader of the team. And before they revealed that it was Doom Patrol, there was actually rumors that there was this character that they were casting. They were looking for a kind of international guy or whatever. And a lot of people were speculating that this kind of sounds like Ra's al Ghul. And there were rumors that Ra's al Ghul was going to appear on Titans. And I was really bummed by that, because if they cast Ra's al Ghul, that means they can't use if they're casting somebody new, that means they're not using Matt Nable, who played Ra's al Ghul in Arrow, and that means this is a separate universe and probably completely disconnected. But any character that, you know, hasn't appeared in other shows that they use is cool. But as soon as they start doing that, it makes me nervous because I want this to be part of those other shows. Mm-hmm. It's not going to be on the CW, but I want it to still be in the same universe. Because I feel like this would really fit in those as opposed to like the Metropolis thing they're doing and Gotham. Leave those things separate. Leave Krypton separate. Just those shows and Titans and like Black Lightning. Just keep all those together.
I got exhausted when you said Metropolis.
Yeah. Oh, I know. Entertainment Weekly revealed that April Bowlby, who people might know from Drop Dead Diva, she was in a bunch of episodes of How I Met Your Mother. I know her from the Slammin' Salmon. Mm-hmm. Have you seen that movie?
No.
It's Broken Lizard. It's the Super Trooper guys. They made a movie called The Slammin' Salmon. I fucking love that movie. It's hilarious. But she's playing Elastigirl. She was like one of the founding members of Doom Patrol in the comics. Comicbook.com revealed that Jake Michaels, who's just done a ton of one-off appearances in shows like Designated Survivor and stuff, he's going to play Robot Man. So maybe he might actually get to play a character more than once. If they do pick up the option for these characters to reappear. And then Den of Geek revealed that Dwayne Murphy he's in Star Trek Discovery and The Strain, he's going to play Negative Man. So
you just go around saying sassy comments.
Yeah, it's a lot like you.
I should be Negative Man.
Yeah. Does it have Bill Murray? Don't give a fuck then.
Unsubscribe.
Unsubscribe. You're going to be a sassy little bitch all the time. All right. That's pretty much everything. I did have just, I wanted to talk for a little bit about Legends of Tomorrow. Right. This is the last thing. It's just Legends of Tomorrow. The second half of this season has been a lot of fun for me.
Okay.
I've really liked the show. Constantine.
Yep.
They've had Wally West is joining the team. And like, I really like seeing how he's kind of integrated in the show because it was very slow. Like they didn't do it right at first. Like at the end of one episode, you just see Wally West like chilling and like this. I believe it's the same place where you're caught up on the Flash, right?
Yep.
You're not caught up on Legends.
I haven't seen last night's episode of the Flash.
Oh, I almost forgot to watch it, and then I watched it, and because I thought you might watch it and might want to talk about it, but so I had made time to watch it, and then you didn't watch it, so now I feel like an asshole.
Oh, I'm sorry. I had to go to work.
I'm sorry. But Wally, remember when Goldberg was in the Flash and Barry takes Goldberg and drops him off in like China somewhere or something? Yep. I'm pretty sure Wally's in the same place. Like when they catch up and Rip Hunter comes up to him and is like, "Hey, Wally West, we need you," or whatever. And then the next episode, the whole episode is him trying to convince Wally, and it's just like this side thing that's going on. And then the last episode, they brought Wally on board the Wave Rider and tried to convince him to stay. And so, and it's really cool. Like he's not fitting in right away. Yeah. Like he immediately pisses Vixen off because Vixen and Nate dated, and he's like, he loves Nate. He's friends with him because like at the beginning of the season, Nate was just staying in Central City, and him and Wally were working together a lot. And he's like, "Hey, it's my boy Nate," or whatever. And then so when he was talking to them, he was like, "Yeah, Nate's broken up because some basic bitch like straight dumped him on his birthday." She was like, "I was that basic." So I was like, "Oh, that's awkward." It was just funny. I was like, Wally straight up just called her a basic bitch, and it made me laugh. But yeah, so yeah, like I love like the incorporation of those things like Wally and Constantine and stuff. What I love about this whole universe of shows is that we're watching a universe of shows where you can just be watching a scene and out of nowhere, Grodd will just come down and just start smashing people and killing them. No warning, no nothing. That happens in one of the episodes of Legends, and it's like, yes, like Grodd, just for no reason, just because we can. And that makes me
the way it should be.
So fucking happy.
Like every now and then, like Captain Boomerang should pop in and just start whipping people with boomerangs.
Yeah, I would love that. It would be the TV show version of it. I would love to see I've never really liked Jack Horton in anything, but for some reason I love his Captain Boomerang. Mm-hmm. Like it's just such a silly character, and then I would love to see him appear in the TV shows as that character. Because the guy in the shows, he's all right. Yeah, he's fine. We've only seen him once or twice, but and he's more of an Arrow villain in those shows because they've only used him in that. I guess he does make sense in that context. He does kind of fit arrows versus boomerangs.
Yeah.
Kind of works.
Those always go hand in hand.
Where they're like, oh yeah, here comes the Flash. He's faster than the speed of light. I'm going to throw boomerangs at him.
Yeah.
Never quite worked. But, so yeah, like for me, this season has been cool. Like, they've had Damien Dark has been playing a big role again this season. Mm-hmm. And for me, that's kind of, man, we've seen him twice already. He was the big bad in, was it season 4 of Arrow? Yeah. And then it was him and the other villains. It was him and Thawne and Malcolm Merlyn last season on Legends, and now we're dealing with him again. But he's kind of setting the stage for the real big villain, which is a character called Malice, which is like a big demon. And he's voiced by John Noble from Fringe. But I know him. He did the voice of Scarecrow in Arkham Knight, and I loved his voice and version of that. He's pretty much doing the voice of this character Malice. But I think that character could be cool depending on how they do it. They did confirm that Constantine is going to be back this season. Like he was in the mid-season finale, he appeared at the very end on the Wave Rider, and it was like, oh hell yeah, and it was like setting it up, and then he came back, was in that episode, and then they confirmed he's going to be in sounds like he's going to be in the last 2 episodes of the season, and that's going to be good timing because his animated series debuts on CW Seed on March 24th. And Jonah Hex is going to be in the season finale too, which is cool because I really like that character, the version they did on that show. Another character that was in a horrible, ill-conceived movie that they're able to breathe new life into on these shows. Yeah, I would love if both of these guys came back as regular team members next season, because there is storylines in the comics of Jonah Hex like getting thrown through time and stuff, and being like Jonah Hex in the future. And that's a cool idea to me. And like Constantine just popping up in random places in time just sounds amazing to me. Mm-hmm. I would love to see them. This would be my ideal season 4 team of Legends. It would be Sarah, Ray, Wally, Rory, Zari is a new character that's introduced this year, Constantine, and Jonah Hex. And I would get rid of Vixen because she's kind of got to go, and I thought that she was going to leave after last season. Mm-hmm. Like, they got rid of Hawkman and Hawkgirl, like, after season 1 for, like, no reason, it felt. And then they added Vixen last season and Nate. And I thought Vixen was going to leave because she eventually has to go back to her own time so that her granddaughter can be born, who's the version of Vixen we see on the animated show. And I don't know. They keep saying she's got to leave, and she has a relationship with Nate, but, like, oh, I can't be with you because it's like, does anyone say that, like, he can't be the father of her kid that eventually has her granddaughter? Like, I don't know for sure how it works, but I don't know why he, like, so I imagine him going off with her, and the two of them go off and have kids or whatever, and then you would have to fill their seats on the ship, kind of thing. And I would add Constantine and Jonah Hex to that. That'd be cool to add them. And I would love to see Wally on there full time, because Barry doesn't always need Wally, but Wally should stick around in the universe because Wally's an important character. And I would add, just to kind of, if you're losing Vixen and losing a lady, I would add Stargirl from JSA. We saw her a couple times in season 2 of the show. And I would love for Mr. Terrific to join eventually, and like sometime maybe down the line, Elongated Man would be really cool. He'd be a great addition to Legends. Anyway, you haven't watched any of this season?
No.
Did you finish last season?
No.
Did you see the first season?
No.
You haven't seen any of Legends?
No.
I didn't realize that. I thought you'd watch some of it and just fell off eventually.
Yeah, like the first couple episodes.
Wow, really?
Yeah, it's not because I don't like it. I just have all this other stuff I got.
Yeah. It's so much fun because it's just like all kinds of superhero shenanigans. It allows for a lot of cool stuff. And I really love the Justice Society stuff they did last season. I'm really excited. I want to see more of that kind of shit. All right, if you like this episode, do us a favor and subscribe to this podcast on iTunes or your favorite podcatcher app, and leave us a review. It's the most important thing you can do to help us out and help people find this show. If you're watching on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe to our channel, leave a comment down below, all that fun stuff. Share the show with your friends on social media. Follow us on Facebook.com/TheAmazingNerdiverse, on Instagram @AmazingNerdiverse, and on Twitter we are Nerdiverse Pod. I am at Jeff_Grants.
I'm at Steven Tukert.
And finally, go to theamazingnerdiverse.com for all that and real and more. Until next time, I'm Jeff Grants.
I'm Steven Tukert.
Catch you right here next time in the Amazing Nerdiverse.
He say, yo.